Welcome to the Social Bee podcast with your host, Louise Brogan. Every week, Louise will be bringing you a podcast all about women entrepreneurs, talking about their challenges, their goals, and inspiring you to either start your own business or grow the business you have. Visit www.socialbeeni.com to join our community and pick up some lovely freebies to start marketing your business online today.
Welcome to today's episode of the Social Bee podcast. Today, I'm going to look at how to create your first online course. Before I start diving into the content of the episode, I just want to share that when you're listening to this episode, I'm actually releasing 3 free training videos on how to create your first online course, the mistakes to avoid when you're creating your online course, and the top tech tools that you need to be aware of and understand in how to create your first online course. So why do I believe in teaching people online? One of the biggest benefits for creating online courses is that you get to work with more than one person at a time. So as solo entrepreneurs, especially when we are working in the service-based businesses, being able to reach more people for the same length of time is really wonderful. There's the benefits to the people who are training. There are benefits to you in that you're able to work with more than one person at a time. And depending on where you set up your online course, if it's a group coaching program, the other people who are taking the course can help each other and have a place to ask questions online and keep coming back to the content. So when I have created online courses, people who buy them and are members are not only able to ask the other people in the course how they're getting on or to get feedback on ideas and strategies they've implemented from the course, but they're also able to go back time and time again to look at the recording of how to do something without having to pay for access to the trainer's time and knowledge each time they want to know something new. So there's lots of different reasons why I think online courses are excellent. And it's something that I want to bring to my audience and teach other people how to do. So without further ado, let's look at today's training. So it's going to be like a little mini training session, this podcast episode. So the 7 steps to creating your first online course. Number 1, what is your topic? Number 2, who is your audience? Number 3, how to plan your course. Number 4, creating your course. Number 5, marketing your course. Number 6, selling your course. And number 7, taking care of the people who have invested in your course, your customers. So let's look at number 1 first. What is your topic? So what are you actually going to teach your audience? So a lot of people believe in this idea of passive income and reaching many people for the same length of time that they work one-to-one. I will say, as a disclaimer, I don't believe in passive income, and I don't believe that creating online courses are a route to passive income, because when somebody invests their time and money in your training online, you still have to be there to help them out and to answer their questions and queries and to keep your course content updated as well, because especially in the online world, things move really fast. So what are you going to teach your audience? What is your expertise in? So everybody knows something that they can share with other people, whether that is how to set up your first online business. Maybe it's how to do tax returns. Maybe it's how to lose weight. Maybe it's how to use Facebook for business. So think about what is it that you know most about that you can help other people with. So you could be teaching people sewing patterns. You could be teaching them about nutrition. You could be teaching them how to use Microsoft Excel. You get the idea. There's lots and lots of different topics that you can teach people. But what will somebody pay you for to learn from you in? Why would somebody buy an online course from you? Sometimes you hear people say that, oh, but I don't need to buy an online course. I'll just Google and find the videos on YouTube or on Google. So the reason that people invest in an online course is, number 1, they like to get to know your style of teaching and your way of explaining things. It's convenient to have everything wrapped up in one place. So I have invested time and money in buying other people's online courses over the years. I have probably bought, I would say, maybe hitting double digits of online courses. And I go back to them time and time again. And that, to me, that is of huge benefit. Knowing that I don't need to go and Google how to do something because I already have the content. I just log in and I'm able to watch the training and refresh my memory. So there's the convenience. There's the knowledge that that person has. There's the teaching style. So everybody has a different teaching style. My teaching style is to try and explain everything as simply as possible. And that I always say in my workshops, there is no such thing as a stupid question. There's the trust that somebody has in you, that you are teaching them everything that they need to know about that issue or topic, and that they trust your expertise, that you are not. So, for example, if I was teaching you how to use Instagram for business, you know that I have had training from Instagram in London as part of my She Means Business training. So it's coming straight from the horse's mouth. It's not stuff that I have made up. It's stuff that I have used myself, tried and tested time and time again. So there's the trust factor as well. Number 2, who is going to buy from you? So please do not create an online course if you don't have an audience to sell it to. And that audience could be ideally, it would be your own email list. But it could be if you build up a Facebook group or people you talk to on Twitter. It could be your Instagram following. If you have no audience online yet, you should focus on that area first before you start trying to create or sell an online course. So if that is you and that's where you're at, please come and talk to me, book a session with me, or just drop me an email about how to start building your audience online. Ideally, you would like to have an email list. And when you build your email list, it's about 5 to 6% of the people on your email list will actually buy from you. So if you create an online course and you want to sell it at £100 or £500 and you have an email list of 100 people, 5 of those people should buy from you if you follow the instructions on how to create an online course that I'm going to be teaching in my upcoming course. So if you're selling it for £100 and you have 5 people buying it because you have an email list of 100, you're going to make £500. So you want to think, well, is it better for me to wait and grow my email list to 500 people and then I might sell my course to 25 people? Or it's really up to you. You might want to get the online course up and running and then focus on building your list. But you do need an audience to sell to. So if you are at the stage of trying to build an audience within your business, please do get in touch. It's louise@socialbni.com and I can help you with strategies and training on how to start building your audience and your email list. Okay, so what questions are your audience asking? This is how you know what topics to create your course on. So what questions and phrases keep popping up around your topic? What do people ask you for help with? So if you are known as somebody who works in the space of training on Instagram, what are people asking you over and over again? Those are the things that they want to learn, and that is what they are prepared to pay money to learn from you to do. So what questions are your audience asking you? Having an online course means that you get to work with people on a one-to-many basis. So the reason that so many people who are working in the online business space start to create online courses is because you get to a point where you want to stop trading your time for money. Or if you have got an hourly rate, you have only so many hours in the week that you can work. And when you're ready to scale your business, if you're not going to take on staff and a team to grow the business, maybe online courses is a way for you to scale your business. So you want to stop trading your time for money and start to help more people without having to work for more hours in the week. And we only have a finite amount of hours in our week anyway. So the next step is to plan your course. So what content are you going to be teaching your audience? You want to start out in your course of an introduction to the topic, the main subject area. Then you want to outline the main topics that somebody wants to learn from you. And I would say that the number of modules in a course it's probably good to have maybe under 10 modules. I would say a good course could be 5 to 6 modules long. You don't want to create a course that's 25 modules long, because people will just lose the impetus to keep going. They will get overwhelmed by the content and probably won't complete your course. So you want to outline what your main topics are going to be. Then I strongly advise that you want to include worksheets and possibly quizzes to keep your audience engaged with your course. So maybe worksheets that they can print off and fill in, that keeps them moving along track with your course. What you don't want to do is create an online course that people buy, invest their money in, and then never actually get stuck into the learning and the training. Saying that, a lot of people buy online courses and never actually watch them the whole way through, and that is true for me as well. But where I have invested money in other people's online courses, I say maybe that, for example, they could be 7 modules long. There might be 3 modules there that I really want to dive into, and the other 4 not so much, and that's okay. And you might find that happens with your online course. But as long as your audience is getting value from the training, that is what you want at the end of the day. So having worksheets and maybe quizzes along with your online course can really help to keep your customers engaged. Talking about engaging your audience and your customers, the next thing I would strongly suggest you have as part of your online course is to have an online community. So provide your audience with a community to ask questions and exchange ideas about the content in the course. For me, that has always been a Facebook group, but for you, it could be set up any way that you like. It could be a weekly Zoom call. It could be having question and answer sessions in some form or shape online. It could be a LinkedIn group, could be a Slack group. For me, Facebook groups are the ones that work best for me, but whatever works for your audience. When you're actually creating your course, how do you physically create the course? So the way I create courses, usually that I would create a PowerPoint slideshow. I then record it with a voiceover speaking into my microphone. Some of my courses I have recorded speaking directly to camera. Some people create courses where it's literally, if it's a 6-week course, they are live in a group online on a certain time in the week, and it's literally recorded live and people can ask questions. So there's lots of different software to use in your courses. I use something called Screencast-O-Matic. I use Vimeo. I use my podcasting mic. I also have a Logitech webcam, and I have my little ring light as well. So lots of different pieces of software, but you can literally get started with a webcam and a Facebook group and delivering your content live into your group. It's a matter of getting started and moving on from there. So done is better than perfect. What about marketing your course? How are you going to actually market your course out to people? So me talking to you on the podcast today is a form of me marketing my course. You can use your email marketing. You can talk about your course inside Facebook groups. A really great way of marketing your course is to create and deliver online webinars. One of the things I have used and I learned to use is a 3-part video series, and that's what I'm releasing on. This episode is going out on Monday, the 26th of November 2018. And alongside that, if you sign up on the link in the show notes, you can get access to my free 3-part training video series on how to create your online course, your first online course. Then you need to write a sequence of emails to help people to make the decision to invest in your course. And then you need to follow up with that. And sometimes you literally need to be messaging people one-to-one to answer their questions and queries about whether or not your course is right for them. Okay, so you've planned and created and marketed your course. How do you price your course? This can be really tricky for people. You don't want to price it too low because people won't think that there's any value in it. You don't want to price it too high and price yourself out of the market. It also depends on what platform you decide to sell your first online course. So a good rule of thumb for me is how many sales do you need? So work out how long it's going to take you to create this course. how much time are you going to be spending with the